Yes, I have. I have to look at my bookmark. All right, Rabosai, good morning. Let us begin. A thank you to our sponsors, to our Talmud Torah sponsors for the month of Adar, the Lerner family, in memory of Mrs. Dina Lerner Gerber, Zichron Livracha, and in the merit of an aliyah for her neshama. We hope that in the merit of our Talmud Torah, the family will have a nechama and the neshama will have an aliyah. A thank you to our Daf Yomi sponsor for today, to Alan Wiseman, for dedicating in memory of his father-in-law, Charles Newman Zechariah Ben Yisrael Tzvi. We hope that in the merit of our Talmud Torah, the neshama will have an aliyah and the family in nechama. With that, let us begin a beautiful and incredible and overwhelming daf today. A thank you to Rabbi Richter, Rabbi Yehuda Neuberger, who gave the shiur when I was gone. With that, we begin. Today's daf is Nun Hey 55. We pick up 3 lines up from the bottom. Nun Dalet Amud Beis. Incredible Gemara. From Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda said, Shlosha Dvarim. There are 3 things which extend literally again the days and the years of a person. So first of all, whenever you see this lashon of ma'arich yamim ushnosav, right? Think about it. It's a bit of a redundant lashon. You could just say ma'arich shnosav, right? Again, what will prolong days and years? If you're prolonging years, you're obviously prolonging days. So whenever you see an expression like this in the Gemara, it's not just talking about longevity, it's talking about quality of life. If a person wants an increase in their quality of life, ma'arichin yamav ushnosav shel adam. What are the things that increase quality of life? Number 1, hamarich betfilaso, one who davens for a long time. We'll see what that means. Marich betfilaso, marich ashulchano, someone who has long meals, spends a long time at his table. Va'marich bebeis hakisei, and one who spends a long time in the bathroom. Good. Let's analyze. Hamarich betfilaso mal yusei. Is that true? The one who goes ahead and spends a long time davening, that's a good thing. V'ha'amar b'chi bar av amar b'yoch is an incredible Gemara, top of Nun Hey. Kala marich betfilaso ma'ayin ba. Whoever spends a long time davening, uma'ayin ba. Rabosei ma'ayin ba literally means he looks into it. Rashi says, "Ma'ayin ba, Omer belibo shete'asa bakashaso lefi shehispala bakavana." Person who spends a long time davening and then waits for the fulfillment of his prayer. Ma'ayin ba means he literally studies it, waiting for the fulfillment of his prayer, saying to himself, "I davened with so much kavana. It must be that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to go ahead and grant this tefillah." Bali de ke'ev leiv. Such a person will come to heartache. Such a person will come to a broken heart. Rabbi said this is such a profound Gemara. Why? Why the Gemara says? Because a lot of times the things that we daven for don't come true the way we asked for. Not because the Kadosh Baruch Hu is not listening, not because the Kadosh Baruch Hu is not heeding, not because the Kadosh Baruch Hu doesn't care or love for us, but ultimately, because the Kadosh Baruch Hu has a much greater plan than ultimately, again, we have. So therefore, a person who goes ahead and davens, marich betfilaso, a person who goes ahead and davens, and goes ahead and waits for the fulfillment of his prayer, such an individual, again, will come to heartache. So the Gemara says, Shnei Amar, tocheles memoshcha machla leiv. Because as the pasuk says, ultimately, again, quoting over here the pasuk from Mishlei, Tocheles Mushcha means a prolonged prayer. A prolonged prayer will bring heartache. So it's an incredible Gemara. Rabbi Yitzchak, Shlosha Dvarim Maskirim Avonoso Shel Adam. Furthermore, again, Rabbi Yitzchak says there are 3 things that often highlight the culpability of a person. So Rabbi says, so first of all, this idea of being ma'ayin ba, this idea of going ahead and waiting for the fulfillment of prayer, the Gemara says only leads to one thing, which is heartache. Prayer is a complex thing on one hand, gives us the opportunity to have this profound dialogical connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but also recognizing that there's a whole universe out there that goes beyond my prayer. So therefore, a person who waits for his prayer to be fulfilled, the Gemara says, is going to have kev leiv. There are 3 things which cause a person's averus to be remembered. Ve'eluhein. These are they. Kir natui, a leaning wall. So we'll say, so the idea over here is that if a person puts himself in sakana, person puts himself in danger, so he walks by a leaning wall, it makes it easier for the Beis Din Shalmala to extract punishment for his misdeeds. So you walk by a leaning wall, you put yourself in a makom sakana. Ultimately, again, it reminds the Beis Din Shamala of your misdeeds. The Iyun Tefillah. Iyun Tefillah means, again, same idea. One who goes ahead and waits for the fulfillment of his prayer. I will say, understand also that represents a certain level of gaiva, of arrogance. Because a person sits waiting for the fulfillment of their prayer, it's kiviyachal, as if they're saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I deserve my prayer to be answered. Umoser din al chaver l'shamayim. And one who goes ahead and complains about his friend to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Person davens and he says, Ribono shel olam, Ruvain is acting so inappropriately. He's really not a good guy. You really should visit punishment upon him. So the Beis Din Shammai says, really? You're testifying against another person? You're going in and bringing a din against another person? Well, before you bring a din against another person, let's go ahead and check your file as well. So the Gemara says, so remember again, for our purpose, what are we focusing on over here? The Gemara says one of the things that increases your quality of life, ma'arichin lo yamav u'shnosav, is ma'arich b'tfilah, one who prolongs prayer. Now we see prolonging of prayer is not a good thing. To which the Gemara says, no, two different cases. Prolonged prayer is good, right? What's the problem? The problem is when a person prolongs it because he's waiting for the prayer to be fulfilled. So to prolong prayer, to daven for a long time, to daven with kavanah, that's wonderful. But to daven for a long time because you're waiting for the fulfillment of your prayer, that's the part that's problematic. So if that's the case again, how are you supposed to prolong prayer if you're not supposed to spend time waiting for it to come to fruition? The mafish berachami. Ultimately, again, a person adds a lot of supplications. So a person, and again, a lot of rachamim, a lot of supplications, a lot of shevach. So the idea is daven for a long time, daven with kavanah. That's ma'arichin yom mushnosav. But do not wait around. Don't expect the fulfillment of your prayer. I'll say again, I want to be very careful over here. Obviously, when we dive into HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we dive into the Ribono Shel Olam with an expectation that our tefillos are going to be answered and heard and answered the way we want. Of course, that's all of us daven that way. But Lamais, what the Gemara is saying is davening has to be done with a certain level of humility. I'm asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for a particular thing. I'm hoping that He will fulfill my request, but I also know that maybe what I'm asking for is not the right thing. Maybe what I want is not correct. Maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not maybe, perhaps HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a different cheshbon, and I accept that. So I'm a human being, so this is what I want, this is what I'm asking for. But I accept if you don't give me what I want, because I recognize that there's a much greater universe behind me. So the Gemara says, beyond me, I should say. The Gemara says, V'amarech al shulchano. So why is it that a person should spend a long time at their meal? This is beautiful. Dilma asi anya v'lav. We'll say, because this way again, perhaps a poor person will come. See, if you eat quickly, then what happens? There's less of a chance that someone who's hungry is going to show up at your table. But if you prolong your su'udah, someone who is hungry, a poor person, may show up at your home. And ultimately, again, you may be able to be mehana. You may be able to benefit him by sharing your meal with him. Dichsiv hamizbeach eitz shalosh amos gavoah uksiv vaydabra elai zeh shulchan asher lifnei Hashem. So the Gemara picks up something very interesting. Pasuk b'mizbeach v'siyim b'shulchan. The pasuk begins by speaking about the mizbeach, the altar, and ends off by speaking about the shulchan, the table in the Beis Hamikdash. So the Gemara says, so what's the connection? So the Gemara says, Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Elazar, Dami Tarbayu, Kolzman Shabeis Hamikdash Kayim Mizbeach Mechaper Al Yisrael. This is so beautiful. Whenever the Beis Hamikdash is standing, so the Mizbeach, the altar goes ahead and affects atonement for Klal Yisrael. The Achshov, but in the absence of the Mizbeach, Shulchano Shel Adam Mechaper. This is so beautiful. Rabbi say, in the absence of the Mizbeach, your Shulchan, your table atones for you, just like the Mizbeach. The idea being on to say, so just like, it's such an incredible idea, because if you think about it, the Mizbeach was the great unifier of Am Yisrael. When the Beis Hamikdash stood, you could only bring your karbanos on the Mizbeach, was the great unifier. In the absence of a Mizbeach unifier, what's the great unifier? Your table. You get people around your table, all different kinds of people, and that Su'udah, that table unifies everyone. So when the Mizbeach stood, that affected atonement. In the absence of the Mizbeach, a person's shulchan affects atonement. So we'll say, so that's number one. So number one, daven for a long time. time. Number 2, eat for a long time. And number 3, spend a long time in the bathroom. To which the Gemara says, Mal, you see, is that really good? But we learned, there are 10 things that bring about, we'll say tachtonios are literally hemorrhoids, right? Literally hemorrhoids, but it could just mean some type of affliction or discomfort in that part of the body. So there are 10 things that bring about hemorrhoids. Ha'ochel alekanim, one who goes ahead and eats leaves from a reed. Alei gifanim, leaves from a vine. Lulei gifanim, shoots from a vine. Morigi behema, Rashi says over here, this is any ridged part of the animal flesh. V'shidro shel dug, the spine of a fish. V'dag maliach she'en mavushal kol tzarcho, or a roasted fish that's not fully cooked. V'ashose shamayayin, one who drinks wine dregs. V'kaneach besid, one who wipes himself after defecating with lime ubicharosis, or with a pottery shard, or a person who goes ahead and wipes himself with a stone that his friend used. V'yesh omrim. Good. There's no need to talk about this. We're not just let's go forward. V'yesh omrim. Or one who goes ahead and literally, the lashon over here is very important. So good to be back with all of you. Man, I see the maturity level. The maturity level did not increase in my absence. Okay, good. So the Gemara says, or say for that matter, what? One who goes in. Now the lashon over here is very important. Tola atzmo literally means one who squats in the bathroom. So we'll say, remember again, if they're talking about defecating, let's say, remember going back to what we said before, like a non-beis akise kavua, that requires squatting. So the Gemara says, watch this. So the Gemara says, I'm sorry, lo kasha, had demarach v'tali, had demarach v'lo tali. So apparently, what's problematic is the squatting. That a person who goes ahead and squats for a long time while defecating, that brings about what the Gemara called hemorrhoids or some other type of ailment. But if a person spends a long time in the bathroom but doesn't have to exert themselves by squatting, then that ultimately again is beneficial. Because there was a certain conversation between Matronisa as a Roman noblewoman and Rabbi Yehuda bar Eloi. Listen to this. She said to him, Panecha domim l'megadlei chazer malave beribis. Your face looks like someone who raises pigs and lends with interest. So also what that means is these apparently, again, were very lucrative professions. So she was saying to Rabbi Eloi, you have the appearance of a very well-pampered person. So it must be that either, again, you're raising pigs or you're lending with interest. Amar Eloi, so Amar Eloi, he said to him, Menusa, I swear to you, l'didi tarvayo asirin. It can't be because both of these things are usher for me. So you want to know why I have such a nice appearance? Ela esrim va'arbaim beis akise ishka mi ushpazoyle be midrasha. It's incredible. There are 24 bathrooms in between my house and the Beis Medrash. As I go to the Beis Medrash, I stop at each one and make sure to go ahead and see if I need to relieve myself. So we'll say, so the Maharsha points out that that's a bit of hyperbole. It doesn't mean that he stops at every single bathroom. But you see this in Chazal, that apparently what they felt was a major piece of one's health was making sure that one is relieving themselves, specifically defecating at regular intervals to remove waste from the body. This was felt to be a cornerstone of health. So Rabbi Eloi says, my good complexion, right? The secret of my good complexion is that I use the bathroom regularly. But say Rabbi Yehuda says there are 3 things that go ahead and shorten Yamav Ushnosav. So we'll say same idea. You see this same lashon, Yamav Ushnosav, days and years, which is Chazal's way of telling us not only is this a reference to longevity, but also quality of life. What are the 3 things that take away from your longevity? Someone who's asked by the balabas to bench, right, to lead benching, and doesn't lead benching. V'hamanhig atzmo berabanos. And one, what we're going to see what this means is one who abuses leadership. An abuse is too strong of a word, but one who uses his position to potentially lord over others. So the Gemara says, Sefer Torah likros ve'ena koreh. What's the case of a person who receives the Sefer Torah, doesn't read it? Tichsiv ki hu chayecha va'orech yamecha. As well as the Torah is longevity. But you understand the beautiful message in this? Someone who receives the Sefer Torah and doesn't read is speaking about someone who has an opportunity to learn and doesn't do so. If Torah is handed to you, and you don't take advantage to learn it, the Gemara says, "Oy vavoy," your quality of life is so dramatically diminished. And I think about this. This is the age, this is the generation we live in. Torah is literally handed to us. It is literally handed to us. And it's handed to us in any language we want, in any medium we want, in any way that we want, mamish on a silver platter. So the Gemara says, Torah is handed to you, right? They hand you a Sefer Torah, you don't take it, such a person suffers a diminution to his quality of life. Kosha bracha levarech. Similarly, if you're asked to bench, you should bench. Ve'eno mevarech t'chsiv, va'avarcha mevarechecha, va'amani gatzo b'rabbanos. So because it says, and you who bless will be blessed. This is incredible. What about one who uses his authority to lord over others? This is an incredible Gemara. Why did Yosef die before his brothers? Ultimately, again, because literally, again, he conducted himself with Rabbanos. And what this means over here by Yosef is, the Gemara elsewhere discusses this as well, that Yosef is held accountable for the repeated bowing downs that his brother did to him before he revealed his identity. So because he used his power ultimately, again, to lord over his brothers, there's a degree of liability and culpability in this for Yosef. And therefore, again, even though, again, Yosef has this whole plan, but Lemaisa, and we'll see about Yosef, we're actually going to learn about Yosef's plan in just a little bit, but because apparently, again, he conducted himself in an authoritative way that led to a lessening of his life. In a dramatic Gemara, there are three things which you can only get with divine compassion. And what are they? Melech Tov, a good king; Shana Tova, a good year; Chalam Tov, a good dream. Melech Tov, we'll say, so in other words, there are three things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself controls. Melech Tov, a good king, Dechsev, Palgi Mayim Leiv Melech Biyad Hashem. Like streams of water is the heart of the king in the hand of God. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu controls the heart of the king. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in control of kings. Shana Tova, a good year. Dechsev Tamid Einei Hashem Elokecha Ba. Mereishis Hashana va'ad Achris Hashana. So we'll say, see over here, even though this is talking about Eretz Yisrael, that's the subject of the pasuk. But Lamaisa, again, we're focusing over here. Mereishis Hashana Achris Hashana. Kadosh Baruch Hu's eyes, right, are on literally on the land, but on the year from the beginning till the end. So Shana Tov, a good year, so down for Rosh Hashanah, is dependent on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Chalam Tov, what about a good dream? Dichsiv Vatach Limeni Utzechayeni, because the pasuk says. The Pasuk says in Yeshaya that literally, again, you gave me a dream and you sustained me. So kings, years, and dreams, all in the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rabbi Yochanan. We'll say there are three things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu announces about himself. Ve'eluhein, these are they, Ra'av, famine, Sova, plenty, Uparnes Tov, and a good leader. Ra'av dichsiv kikara Hashem l'Rav, Sova dichsiv ekarasi el adagan verbesi oso, Parnes Tov dichsiv vayomer Shema Moshe leimor re'ei karasi b'shem B'tzalel. So I will say, so again, the Gemara quoting Pesukim over that indicate that it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself through his word who triggers famine, who triggers plenty, and who ultimately, again, who appoints good leaders. So interestingly enough, the example the Gemara brings, and this is in Yanei Dioma, as we're starting Parshas Truma this week, the Parshas of the Mishkan, is HaKadosh Baruch Hu appoints B'tzalel. Re'ei karasi b'shem B'tzalel. So we'll say, such a beautiful Gemara. Rabbi Yitzchak in Ma'amid in Parnes Hala Tzibor Ela Imkin Nimlachim B'Tzibor. So Rabbi Yitzchak says you could only appoint a leader upon the Jewish people on the Tzibor if the Tzibor wants the person. I will say this is actually, interestingly enough, true with a monarch as well. Even though a monarch is a monarch, nevertheless, again, there has to be some basic level of consent from the people. The people's consent is often represented by the consent of the Sanhedrin. But Lamaisa, again, you don't appoint a leader upon the Tzibor unless, of course, the Tzibor agrees. Where do we know this? This is so beautiful. Shneimar, Ru'u Kara B'Shem B'Tzalel. Amrullah Kadosh Baruch Hu Moshe, Moshe Hagan Alecha B'Tzalel. So listen to this exchange. Kadosh Baruch Hu comes to Moshe and says, Moshe, I want to appoint B'Tzalel to go ahead and build the Mishkan. Is that okay with you? Right? Hagan Alecha B'Tzalel. You good with B'Tzalel? Amrullah Ibn Shalom. Im Lefanecha Hagan Lefanei Kol Shekein. So Moshe said, Kadosh Baruch Hu, if it's good with you, it's certainly good with me. Let's say, first of all, what a way to live life. Right? Imagine applying this idea to all of life. Kadosh Baruch Hu, if it's good with you, it's good with me. And obviously, what is happening to me in my life is good with you. So if it's good with you, then it's got to be good with me as well. Amar la'afa pikin, leich emor lahem. Now, Baruch says to Moshe Rabbeinu, go tell the Jewish people about the appointment of Betzalel. Va'amar lahem liYisrael. So Moshe Rabbeinu comes to Klal Yisrael and he says, Hagun aleichem Betzalel. He says, Klal Yisrael, are you good if Betzalel builds the Mishkan? Amar lo im lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'lifanecha u'hagon lifaneinu l'kol shekein. So Klal Yisrael says to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Moshe Rabbeinu, if it's good with God and it's good with you, it's certainly good with us. Amar Rav Shua bar Nachmani Amar Rav Yonasan. Betzalel Hashem Chachmaso Nikra. Betzalel's name, I will say, was descriptive of his wisdom. Now, again, his name was Betzalel. That was his name. What the Gemara is just pointing out over here is that his name ultimately, again, reflected his incredible wisdom. How so? This is so beautiful. First wide line, Nun Heimad Aleph. Amar lo leBetzalel aseli Mishkan va'aron. The Kalim. So ultimately, again, so what happens? So I'm sorry, I skipped the line. Moshe, Lech emor lo leBetzalel, asali Mishkan va'aron v'Kalim. So it's Kadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe Rabbeinu, go tell Betzalel to make for me a Mishkan, an ark, and the utensils. Halach Moshe v'hafach. Moshe Rabbeinu came along and he reversed the order. Now it does not appear that he did this intentionally. He reversed the order. Va'amar lo ase aron v'kelim u'mishkan. And Moshe Rabbeinu conveys to Betzalel. He says, Betzalel, make for me an aron, an ark, kelim, utensils, and a mishkan. Amar lo Moshe Rabbeinu min hago shel olam adam bona bayis va'achakach machnis l'socho kelim. So Betzalel says to Moshe, the normal custom of the world is a person first builds a home, and then after you build a home, then you purchase or create the utensils to put inside the home. Va'ata omer aseli aron v'kelim u'mishkan. Kelim shani osa lehichen achnisem. So Betzalel says, Moshe, but you're telling me to build the aron, the kelim, and the mishkan. So Moshe, your order doesn't make so much sense. It makes much more sense to say mishkan, aron, kelim. You told me kelim, mishkan, aron. So the Gemara says, Shema kach amar lecha HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Maybe this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu meant to tell you. Asay mishkan, aron, v'kelim. Maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu really told you to make a mishkan, an aron, and a kelim. Moshe, perhaps you got the order mixed up a little bit, and God really told you to make a mishkan, aron, and kelim. Amar lo shema betzel kel hayisa v'yadata. It must have been that what? You were standing in the shadow of God, and you heard my conversation with the Ribono Shel Olam. So Betzalel is a contraction of these two words, Betzel, Kel. In the shadow of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you heard what God's doing. And the Rebbe said it happens to be, we don't have time for it now, but it happens to be that there is a dramatic, hashkafic difference between that order of construction as to whether or not you first make the Mishkan, then the Aron, then the Kelim, or the Aron, the Kelim, and the Mishkan. The truth is, the Sfarim bring down that Moshe Rabbeinu's switching of this was not happenstance, that it was reflective of Moshe Rabbeinu's approach to life. But the Meretz we'll have to do it at a different time. Betzalel knew how to go ahead and arrange the different letters which were used for creation and use them ultimately again to fashion the Mishkan and the Kelim. Ksiv Hacha says over here, Vayimale osu ruach Elokim b'chachma b'suna b'das. Uksiv Hasam Hashem b'chachma yasad aretz konishayim b'suna. Uksiv bedaito to homos nifku. So we'll say, so you see over here the same words that Torah uses for Betzalel's construction of the Mishkan in terms of wisdom and understanding are the very same words used in creation. So in other words, Betzalel knew the secrets of creation and he used them ultimately again to fashion the Mishkan. I'm Rabbi Yochanan. In HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows, we'll say an incredible Gemara. In HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows in Chachma, El Mishi Yesh Po Chachma. We'll say incredible statement. No, HaKadosh Baruch Hu only gives wisdom to those who possess wisdom. Shneimar Yohiv Chachmasa lechachimin uminada liyadei bina. Literally, again, he gives wisdom ultimately again to the wise. I will say, what's the pshat? So first of all, Shamar of Tachlifa bar Marava, Varmali Kamid Rabbi Avo, Amrle Ata Atsun Mehasa Masnitu. You learn this from there. Anan Mehacha Masnilvi. Here's where we learn it from. Dichsev Ubelev kol chacham lev nasati chachma. In the heart of anyone who is wise, I have given wisdom. So we'll say, at first glance, this sounds totally counterintuitive. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives wisdom to the wise. So what does that mean? So how do you acquire wisdom initially? So the Marshal points out it's a very simple pshat, which is what? That in order to receive wisdom from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you have to do your hishtadlos. You have to put in your effort. God gives blessing to those who go ahead and try to make themselves. In other words, if a person just sits back and waits for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, waits for God to do all of the heavy lifting, that doesn't happen. But if I put in my effort, if I do my part, if I put in my hishtadlos, if I acquire chachma for myself, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give me additional chachma as well. This is the model of synergistic partnership between man and God. Man does his part, man puts in his effort, man puts in his hishtadlus, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, if you do your part, I will go ahead and help you along your journey. You do what is within your power to acquire some level of wisdom, and I will help convey to you the rest. An incredible model. Someone goes, we'll say, here we go. We're going to now enter into the sugya of dreams. An incredible and overwhelming and beautiful and magnificent and meaningful sugya. This is going to continue for the next Amud, and we're going to see it's kind of going to be sprinkled over the next 2 days as well. So Rav Chisda, Rav Chisda, Kol Chalav Lo Tavas. So we'll say any dream is fine as long as what? As long as it's not a dream about fasting. So Rashi says over here, "Velo tavas kol chal velo tavas kol chalomos yira adam lo yira adam." All dreams are fine. Velo yira echad neosan shu shari betainis she'ina tov. So apparently, a dream about fasting is not a good omen, is not a good sign. I guess fasting representing again abstaining from any type of physical pleasure. So that's not a good simon for a person. An uninterpreted dream is like an unread letter. We'll say meaning what? Just like an unread letter, the contents do not impact you. Rashi says, Lo tov v'lo ra. So if you look at Rashi, just like an unread letter, the contents of the letter do not impact you. So to an uninterpreted dream has no impact. Rashi says, Kigarta lo makarya, lo tov v'lo ra, it's not good but not bad. Shekala chalomos holchin achara pitaron. So we'll say, we're going to see that there are a couple of major schools of thought when it comes to dreams. So there's a school of thought, which Rashi is alluding to over here, that the meaning of a dream is fundamentally rooted in its interpretation. However the dream is interpreted, that's the meaning of the dream. We'll have a second thought that says that dreams can be independent of any particular interpretation, and a third school of thought that says dreams are absolutely meaningless. So we'll see all of this unfold in the Gemara. But this opinion of Rav Chisda is saying that an uninterpreted dream is like an unread letter. Just like the unread letter, the contents do not impact me. A dream that remains uninterpreted has no impact as well. So Rabbi say any dream is never fully fulfilled. Any good dream is never fully fulfilled, and any bad dream is never fully fulfilled. So we're going to see that what this means ultimately is that every dream has in it, even if you hold that dreams have meaning, every dream has in it meaningful parts, but also has meaningless information sprinkled in as well. Incredible. Rav Chisda says a bad dream is better than a good dream. Why, Rabbi saying? Because a bad dream motivates a person to improve their ways. Right? A bad dream ultimately, again, is an incredible catalyst for tshuva and for change. So Rav Chisda says that sometimes the reward of a good dream is the happiness you feel afterwards, and the fallout of a bad dream is the sadness you feel afterwards. Amar Rav Yosef, but this is actually a very profound Gemara. Rav Yosef, Rashi points out over here, was blind. Rav Yosef was blind, and the Gemara is filled with different things about the difficulties that Rav Yosef felt in life, he experienced in life. Rav Yosef, when I have a good dream and it puts a smile on my face, that's enough of a reward. So Rav Yosef felt that because his life was so difficult, those moments in life where he just had a little bit of simcha, even just from a good dream, that was enough reward. It was such a profound Gemara. And also, again, even if, hopefully we don't have such difficult lives like Rabbi Yosef, but the idea being to rejoice in the little things, the little moments of happiness, that even if a person has a good dream that puts a smile on their face, to feel the simcha in that moment as well. Quite amazing. A bad dream is even worse than Malchus. Anavi asher ita cholom yisaper cholom asher divrei ito yidaber divrei emes malateven asavarnu Hashem. So we'll say, see here the pasuk that the Gemara just quoted over here makes reference ultimately again to dreams as well as to grain and chaff. V'chi ma'inyan bar v'teven eitzel cholom. We'll say, what's the connection ultimately again between dreams, wheat, and chaff? This is an incredible Gemara. Just like there's no grain without some chaff, every dream has nonsensical pieces associated with it. In other words, we'll say, remember, this is part of the school of thought that says dreams are meaningful. Dreams are meaningful. Even if your whole dreams are meaningful, there's always some chaff in a dream, right? There's always some parts of the dream that are simply irrelevant and unmeaningful. A dream, even if part of it comes true, there's no such thing as a dream that totally comes true. From where do we know this? We'll say that even if you hold that dreams come true, ultimately, again, there's no dream that comes totally true. So Yosef, remember again, in Yosef's dream, what does he dream about? He dreams about the fact that he's surrounded by 12 sheaves, and the sun and the moon, and the sun and the moon and the 12 sheaves all bow down to him. Amud Beis. So remember again, in his dream, the 12 sheaves were his brothers. The sun and the moon were who? Were his mother and his father. But already by that point in time, his mother had already passed away. So you see from here again, Yosef's dream was correct, in that ultimately again, the brothers and his father would bow down to him. But his mother would never bow down to him because his mother had passed away. So you see from here that even if you hold that dreams are meaningful, every dream has chaff, right? Every dream has parts of it that is not meaningful. Amr Levi, the Olam Yitzhak Adam L'Chalam Doel Echad Beishana was incredible. Levi says, if you have a good dream, the window of fruition or the window of actualization for that dream is 22 years. Person should wait 22 years for his dreams to come true. I both say, do you hear what this is saying? Sometimes in life we have dreams and aspirations. And we think that when we have dreams and aspirations, they should come true immediately if they're good ones. The Gemara says that what? Sometimes it takes decades for dreams to come true. But just because your dreams don't come true immediately, don't give up on them. Because sometimes even the greatest of dreams, the most incredible of dreams, take years and years and years to come to fruition. Yosef's dreams took 22 years. Where do we know this from? Minolan di Yosef, Yosef. But it's such an incredible Gemara, no? So incredible. We think sometimes that if something is supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen now. And if it doesn't happen now, then it's never going to happen. It's not true. Sometimes great things in life, great dreams, meaningful dreams, incredible dreams, take decades to come to fruition. From Yosef, Dichsiv, Eila told us Yaakov Yosef ben Shvas Shana. Remember again, when Yosef was sold by his brothers, he was 17 years old. Uksiv, Yosef ben Shloshim Shana ba'amdo lifnei Paro. Remember again, Yosef was 30 years old when he's appointed viceroy. Min shiv siri atlas in kamal. So we'll say how many years between 17 and 30. Plus 3. So v'shev d'shiva, v'tarta d'kanfa, hachaf beis. Rabbi say if you add in there, so you have the number of years that Yosef between the time he was sold appointed viceroy, then 7 years of famine. Then apparently Yaakov doesn't actually come down to Egypt until the 2nd year of plenty. You add that all together, and what do you get? Hachaf beis. You get 22 years. So you see that it's 22 years until Yosef's dream was totally fulfilled. So you see from here that in life sometimes it takes a very long time for your dreams to come true, but the goal in life is don't give up on them. Amar Rav Huna. The Adam Tov, supposed to say here, Rashi actually changes this girsa. Rashi's girsa is La Adam Tov Marin Lo Chalom Ra. Good people, right? Good people have bad dreams. The Adam Ra Marin Lo Chalom Tov. Bad people have good dreams. Rashi points out why is this? Li Adam Tov Marin Lo Chalom Ra K'di Sheyidak V'Lo Yechta V'Sheichaper Lo Etzbono. So we'll say the idea is that ultimately HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives a good person bad dreams so that it should be a wake-up call for him to lead a more meaningful life and abstain from sin. Conversely, for the person who's evil, he has good dreams because you know what? He's not going to have much of an afterlife, so he might as well enjoy Olam Hazeh. Pretty profound Gemara. So Tainami Hachi, so again, just to be clear, just so you see, don't get nervous. Like if you go home tonight, you have a good dream. And I'll say, so how we should all have good dreams. Understand that for each of these statements, there are multiple streams of machlokes. Because when it comes to dreams, you're going to see there's an opinion who says anything and everything. Again, like I said, the spectrum is dreams are meaningless. To the other end of dreams, every single dream is meaningful. So again, just understand that all of these opinions fall somewhere on the spectrum. Taina me'acher. We'll say a Rabbi that supports this. This is incredible. Kol shnosav shel David lo ra'a chalam tov. David HaMelech never had a good dream. Incredible, right? All of the years of his life, David HaMelech never had a good dream. So again, the Gemara is understanding this over here. Rav Huna is understanding this to mean because the Kadosh Baruch Hu was constantly trying to encourage David to do more, to grow more, to be more. The bad dreams kept him on the straight and narrow, allowed him to be a Baal Tshuva, allowed him to go out and live his life to the fullest. Masha, guess apparently a person has good dreams, a person can feel a bit more settled in life. There's a certain lack of push and drive when you're already having good dreams. So David HaMelech never had a good dream. Conversely, Achitophel never had a bad dream. Also remember, Achitophel was David HaMelech's primary advisor until the rebellion of Avshalom, where he literally betrayed David and went to Avshalom. But the pasuk says by the tzaddik that ultimately, again, you will not be impacted by ra, right? You will not be visited by any kind of negativity, which sounds like the tzaddik doesn't even have bad dreams. So ultimately, again, I'm saying, Rav Chisda said, what's the meaning of that pasuk? The meaning of that pasuk is if you're a tzaddik, if you're righteous, you won't even be bothered by bad dreams or by bad thoughts. So we see again that the tzaddik doesn't have bad dreams. V'nega lo yikrav ba'ahalecha, and there will be no affliction in your tent. What does that refer to? Shelo timtza ishtecha safek nida b'shah shata ba min haderech. That ultimately, again, a man, when he comes home from a trip and looks forward to being with his wife, will not find his wife in a state of safek nida, questionable nida status. So we'll say it's very interesting. So the Gemara understands that coming home after a long trip and finding your wife as a safek nida is much worse than finding her as a vada nida. If she's a nida, she's a nida. So relations are prohibited. What can you do? That's the halacha. Safek nida is worse, ultimately, again, because her state is questionable. So the Gemara says, but again, that's not our topic. Our topic is the first part. So you see from here that the tzaddik doesn't have bad dreams. So what's going on? Ela ihi lo chazile, achrini chazile. Rather, it means the tzaddik himself doesn't have the bad dreams, but other people see the bad things happening to the tzaddik. Okay, so we'll say, so apparently, again, other people see that which is negative ultimately being foretold about the Zohar. The answer the Gemara seems to be giving over here is that the tzaddik himself won't have the bad dream. Someone else will have a dream about the tzaddik, but the tzaddik himself won't have a dream. So you tell me then if the tzaddik doesn't have dreams, not having dreams is a good thing. I'm supposed to listen to this Gemara. Whoever sleeps for 7 days and doesn't have a dream is called Ra. Shene'emar v'savea yolin bal yifkad atikre savea ela sheva. It's a little bit of a play on words. Sheva yolin. Ultimately, again, a person goes ahead and sleeps for 7 days and doesn't have a dream. It's called Ra. But say, the Gemara is supposed to hear what this is saying. To go 7 days and not have a dream in life, right? To go 7 days with no aspirations, to go 7 days without a dream, to go 7 days without any thoughts of what I'm going to make of myself, what I'm going to be, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to accomplish. That's Nikra Ra. Ella Hachikamer. This is what it means to say. The Chaza v'lo yada my Chaza. What it means is sometimes the tzaddik will have a dream, right? And he's going to see something in the dream, but he does not know what it is that he's going to go ahead, that he's seeing. Rashi says over here, the chazi v'lo yada my chazi, adam tov marin lo chalam tov, va'ad shelo yakitz mishtachach umenu kidei shelo yismach. So we'll say, therefore the Gemara kind of revises a little bit. The tzaddik has good dreams. The tzaddik has good dreams, but what? By the time he wakes up, he no longer remembers them. He no longer remembers them, so he has that hana'ah while he's sleeping of having a good dream. But I say, I guess the concern is that if the tzaddik has a good dream and he wakes up and he remembers the dream, he may kind of like rest on his laurels. You see, even HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving me good dreams, I'm obviously doing the right thing. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives him the hana'ah, the benefit of having a good dream while he's sleeping, right? But at the end of the day, by the time he wakes up, he forgets about it. So because he forgets about it, the lack of remembrance of the good dream in of itself becomes the catalyst to maximize his life that day. Incredible. So let's say a person has a dream and he's upset about his dream. Literally translate, he should go and have it interpreted in front of 3 people. Yifterenu, he should have the dream interpreted. Rav Chisda said that what? An uninterpreted dream is like an unread letter, which is a good thing, right? Just like if I don't read the letter, the contents don't impact me. So sometimes it's better to leave a dream uninterpreted. This way, again, the meaning of the dream cannot impact me either. To which the Gemara says, you're right. It doesn't mean ela ema yativena b'fnei shashabo. So this is incredible. Rather, what a person should do is yativena literally means put a positive spin on the dream. Make the dream a good dream in front of 3 people. What does that mean? This is incredible. Leisei tlasa, get 3 people together. And a person should say to them, you know what? I had a very good dream. Now listen, remember, what's the case over here? Person didn't have a good dream. He didn't have a good dream. He had a very bad dream. But he should get 3 people together and he should say, I had a very good dream. And they should say to him, Hanach tavau v'tava lehavi rachman l'shavye l'tav. So we'll say this, they should say to him, V'leimalahu chalma tava chazai. The 3 people should then say to him, Hanach tovahu, this should be good, v'tava lehave, and it should always be good, v'rachman l'shavye l'tav. And the Kadosh Baruch Hu should make everything for good. Sheva zimnin ligziru alecha min shamaya telehava tava v'yehei tava. Ultimately, and 7 times they should decree upon you from the heavens that it should be good and all should be good. V'leimru gimel hafach. So we'll say, so see what's happening over here? See what's happening? A person goes ahead and has a bad dream, comes before a group of 3, says, I had a good dream. And what do they essentially say to him? So happy you had a good dream. All of your dreams should be good. Every dream should be good. It should always be good. Everything is good. The Gimel Peduyos, V'leimru Gimel Afuchos, Gimel Peduyos, V'shalosh Shlomos. And we'll say they should say 3 psukim, Hafuchos, that represent something being changed from one state to another. 3 psukim that speak about redemption and salvation, and 3 psukim that speak about shalom. Shalosh hafuchos. What does it mean? 3 psukim that speak about a hifoch, a change. Hafachta mispedi lamacholi, pitachta saki vatazreni simcha. Let's remember again we said from Kapitel Lamed. Literally again, you have changed my mourning lemachol to go ahead to rejoicing. Pitachta saki, you've taken off my sackcloth. And girded me in happiness. So the idea being this pasuk represents a change. As tismach besula b'machol ubechurim zkenim yachdav v'afachti evlam l'sason. I will change their avelos to simcha. Lo ava Hashem l'Shmuel Bilam v'yafoch. HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't listen to Bilam. He changed Bilam's curse ultimately again into a bracha. So those are 3 psukim of changing things. Changing things from a negative state to a positive state. Shalosh peduyos, 3 psukim of redemption. Shenemar pedei nafshi, pedei b'shalom nafshi mikarav li. Upeduy Hashem yeshuvun, vayomer amal shal, hayonos and yomos asher ase Yeshua. Good. Shalosh shlomos, 3 psukim of shalom. Dichsev, bori nifs vasayim, shalom shalom rachal kulakarav, amar Hashem v'raposiv. V'rach lav shas hamasai, v'amartem kol lachi v'ata shalom u'beisecha shalom. So we'll say, so again, the idea being you say 3 psukim. So we'll say, what's happening over here? So what's happening over here is something, well, actually it's finished up. Ameimar mazutra Rashi, no, I'm sorry. So we'll say, so watch this. So therefore a person has a bad dream, what do? Get the 3 people together, tell them I had a good dream. They say it should be a good dream, many good dreams. 3 psukim of change, 3 psukim of redemption, 3 psukim of shalom. But we'll say, what's the idea? This goes with the approach that I'll call holech achara pitaron, that the power of dreams are in their interpretation. How a dream is interpreted ultimately, again, really represents the meaning of the dream. And we'll say, as we're going to see, this is part of a much more profound psychological principle, which is many times in life, our lives are reflections of self-fulfilling dreams. People who walk through life thinking that everything is terrible, guess what happens? everything is terrible. If people are terrible, then every interaction is terrible. If life is just one misfortune after the other, then life is going to be one misfortune after the other. But if a person chooses a positive disposition and a positive outlook and an optimistic outlook, and a person chooses to live their life girded with hope and with excitement and with an incredible outlook, a realm of possibilities in life, then something amazing happens. Life has the capacity to become positive, meaningful, hopeful, and optimistic as well. So the Gemara says, you had a bad dream. You know what you do? You know what you do? You go ahead and you say, this was a great dream. And in US, it's not enough to reinforce it yourself, but what? Surround yourself. Both say so much of life is surrounding yourself with people who have a positive outlook in life. So what do? You get yourself 3 chaverim. You get yourself 3 chaverim, and you tell them, chaverim, I had a bad dream. You know what they're going to say? I'm sorry, it's wrong. Chaverim, I had a good dream. And they're going to say to you, what? Oh, great. Every dream should be great, because life is great. Life is hopeful. Life is filled with change. Life is filled with shalom. Life is filled with... So think positive. Surround yourself with positive people, and then positive things happen. Incredible. The Gemara goes weiter. Amir Marzutra Ravashi Aviyasi Bahadi Adali. Amir Marzutra and Ravashi were all sitting together. Amri Kochad V'Chaminan Lema Milsa Delo Shami Lechave. So say, let's all exchange something that no one else heard. In other words, let's all exchange with each other novel ideas. Posech Chaminai V'Amra. One of them started by saying, Hayman Dechazichama. Let's listen to this. Person who had a dream. V'lo Yada Mai Chaza. But he doesn't know the meaning of the dream. Leikum Kamei Kahani Be'idna De Parsiadayu. What should he do? At the time of duchening, when the Kohanim are duchening, so we'll say, I had a dream, I don't know what the dream means. So at the time when the Kohanim are duchening, what should I do? I should say a tefillah. What's the tefillah? Ribbon Shalom Ani Shalach V'Chalom Asay Shalach. Kadosh Baruch Hu, I am yours and my dreams are yours. Chalom chalamti ve'eni yodea mahu. I dreamt a dream and I don't know what the meaning of it is. Bein shechalamti ani latzim, bein shechalamti li chaveri. Whether it's a dream that I dreamt about myself or a dream that my friend dreamt about me. Bein shechalamti al achirim im tovim heim. So I say, or I dreamt about someone else. Im tovim heim. If the dreams are good, chazkim va'amtzim kachalamosav shel Yosef. Then if the dreams are good, then strengthen them and solidify them like the dreams of Yosef. If I dreamt about someone who needs a refuah, if I need a refuah, send the refuah. Just like Moshe Rabbeinu turned the bitter waters of Mara sweet and he healed Miriam. And Chizkiyahu was killed from his illness. Just like Elisha cured the waters of Yericho, they were bitter, he made them sweet. In the same way that you changed the curse of Bilam to a bracha, ultimately, again, change all of my dreams to the good as well. And try to end this supplication as the Kohanim say their last bracha as well. So as the Tzibur says Amen to the Berachos Kohanim, the Silber will be saying Amen to my dream supplication as well. V'ilo, but if for some reason I don't end at the same time as the Kohanim, Leimahachi, this is what you should say. Adir b'marom shochin gevura. He who dwells on high, right? Literally rests, dwells in strength. Ata shalom, v'shimcha shalom. You are peace. Your name is peace. Yiratzon l'fanecha shetasim aleinu shalom. Ultimately, again, may it be your will that you place upon us shalom. So Rabbi say, from here is the source for this Ribono Shel Olam that we say during duchening. Also, just point out the Mishnah Berurah actually brings down that the custom is that everyone should say this Ribono Shel Olam, even if I haven't had a dream. It's actually very interesting, because it could be I had dreams that I forgot about, but this is dafka we say. Why we say it during duchening, we'll see. Idach, so Pasach Idvar, the other ones came along and said, Haiman Daya Lamasa, is incredible. V'dachal me'ine bisha. We'll say if a person comes into a city and he's nervous about ayin hara, so we'll say, remember again, a word about ayin hara. Ayin hara on a very simple level is as follows. If I have a bracha, but my bracha becomes a source of pain for you, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm going to take away that bracha, because God gives us our brachos ultimately to accomplish things, but not to cause other people pain. This is very important. This is why, again, a person has to be so careful with the way they present their brachos in the public sphere. Because if I have something, and let's say Ruvain, right, someone else doesn't have that, and the fact that I have it, or maybe even flaunt it, is going to cause pain to someone else, that could cause HaKadosh Baruch Hu to take that bracha away from me. So a person walks into a city and is concerned about Ayin Hara. What should he do? This is incredible. Linkot zakva diyada diyamina biyada dismale, v'zakva diyada dismale biyamada diyamina. He should take his left thumb and put it into his right hand, and his right thumb and put it into his left hand, and he should say as follows: V'lei mahachi ana ploni bar ploni mizar di Yosef kasina. I so and so am from the offspring of Yosef. The lo shalta be'ina bisha, because the Ayin Hara has no control over Yosef. Shene emar ben paras Yosef ben paras alei ayin. Al tikri alei ayin ela ole ayin. He rises above the Ayin Hara. So Rabbi Yosef Rechnina mehacha v'yidkul arov bekarav haaretz ma'dogim shebayam ma'im mechusin alein ve'ein Ayin Hara shaletes b'hem. Just like the fish in the sea, the water covers them and Ayin Hara has no effect on them. Av zaro shal Yosef ein Ayin Ra shaletes b'hem. So to again the offspring of Yosef, Ayin Hara has no problem. We'll say, what does this mean? You could try this. You put your right hand in your left hand. You put your right thumb in your right thumb in your left hand, left thumb in your right hand, and you're like this. So we'll say, what does that mean? So on a very pashut level, when you do that, you're tethering your hands. Your hands represent the source of dynamic activity. That's what hands are. Sometimes when a person has to realize that his brachos in life come from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They don't come from me. I have to put in my effort, but a lot of people put in effort, and yet that effort is not blessed with results. My bracha in life comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the notion of putting your left thumb in your right hand in your right thumb in your left hand. You're tethering your hands. I recognize everything I have is not from me. It's not these hands that created anything. These hands put in effort, but whatever I have comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When you recognize that your brachos come from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you are careful about how you present them in the public sphere. You are careful about how you utilize them. You are careful that your brachos never chas v'shalom become a source of pain for everyone else. When does a person become subject to Ayin Hara? When they think that they generated their brachos. When you flaunt it because you think you created it, that's when it's problematic. But if you want to avoid Ayin Hara, put your right hand in your left thumb. Right thumb in your left hand, left thumb in your right hand. Tether your hands. Recognize everything comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you will conduct yourself in a humble way with all of your brachos. So stop over here. We'll pick up Emirat Hashem right here tomorrow.